It sure is a bittersweet symphony. Here I am at my last day in Oahu, Hawaii, and I feel like it's been such an adventure the past 3 months. And even though adventures are over, I feel like they're just yet to begin. You know how? Because it's been such a transformative journey. Not only I was able to explore this amazing island, but also change as a person, emotionally, spiritually, and physically as well. I hope we transformed together in this like amazing adventures. And of course, it was a travel, but it was also a journey of self discovery and a journey. Let's summarize a little bit, right? It was a journey of breaking the trauma, a journey of breaking the limitation, a journey of emotional, spiritual, and as a result, physical growth. So there's a lot to recall, but I got really a chance to see my personal growth from the last adventure in Ahialama, Manoa, and Hauoa Flats Trail. It was like actually 3 trails in the same day. And from that journey, I could see the result. And actually, I was really reminded of the importance to track your results. It was so profound. And I got a chance to see the growth. And probably if I were not recording, the journey, I probably would not have noticed, but I felt different. I felt strong emotionally, spiritually, physically. And since I was tracking the result, I was like, wow, I can see it. Isn't that great? And that's how it works. So um I'll, I'll continue in just a minute, but it's really, really hot. My head is like, whew. I'm going to get to a different balcony. I'm probably gonna sit down, but we'll see. All right, so here I am in the shadow, so much better, and I feel like I'm cooling down. Such an incredible balcony. Like I have two of them, and one of them is going north, and the other one is going, let's see, north, south, west. Pretty much to the Manoa side, to the wait, north, south, yeah, to the west side of the island. And where were we? I kind of forgot, but I think the last thing that I mentioned is that if you really want to see the progress, no matter what you do, you actually have to record the. You have to record your point A and you have to record your point B. Without it, I think it would be really hard to see the progress. But it's incredibly important for you to actually see that progress because in a way it serves you as a fuel. It motivates you to this is how our rewarding system works, I guess. And if you have big goals, sometimes it's hard to keep the motivation. It doesn't matter what your goal is. Maybe you want to heal, maybe you want to lose weight, maybe you want to I don't know, travel the whole island, travel the whole world. Maybe you want to finish the what you started at the job or university or school, whatever. So there are most of our life we are living with long-term goals, and it's really important for you to learn how to stick with things. So I say tracking the progress is one of the ways how we can do it. And the more I accomplish, like judging and saying from a personal example, as a person who would lose the motivation halfway through all her life, now I learned that it was a trauma. It was not me. It's not about being lazy, not having a willpower, and all of that. It's coming from upbringing, coming from traumas, and keeping the progress, starting very, very small. I started small 5 years ago, yeah, but also I remember the specific moment 2.5 years ago when I was told you need to write a list of all your accomplishments in your life. I was like, I don't know if I accomplished anything. And they're like, um, try it. So as I started writing, I was amazed. I didn't know that. I did not even notice that. But now I'm tracking the progress and I'm writing things and I'm crossing them off the list. Maybe not fast, maybe it's taking like longer time, but still in the end when I do, I feel like it's such a reward that I accomplished it and I feel more energetic to do things further. And I wanted to also come back to what I wanted to say about the traumas and um, the self-discovery journeys. We are losing ourselves within ourselves, mentally, emotionally. So by default, that means trauma. It doesn't matter what trauma you've been through. Maybe you've been through developmental trauma. Maybe you've been through just like an accident trauma, right? Something that happened just one time with you, or something that was prolonged abuse, or something like that. It is still trauma. What trauma does, you live in the survival for a very, very long time, and it's neurobiologically. There's some part of your brains that goes offline, some parts that goes like online, and there should be like only online in case when you are like running away from a tiger or a tsunami. I don't know. So as a result, those parts of brain that are like um, here for the survival, they are more active than there should be, and then you build yourself out of the survival. And I know who I am from a survival mode. It's that person 5 years ago that at some point got incredibly depressed. And I thought it's only traumas, but those traumas, yes, and they're important to heal, but it's mostly important to become yourself, to become your authentic self. That's what it means to heal. Because we are all looking for spiritual healing, emotional healing, healing. What the hell is healing? I've been in the in the psychiatry chair, and then for a year, and then in the psychology chair for another four. What the hell is healing? I've been healing for years, years, and years. And then in the end, I was like, did I heal? It's been 5 years every week of therapy. And then when I actually hired a mentor, when I started working with a mentor and also with a coach, that's when I realized what healing is all about. Healing means becoming you, becoming yourself. It means not only like, let's say you're a bird, you hurt your wings. It's not about just healing them. The end goal here is starting to fly. Is starting to feel like you and your body. Like, I mean, metaphorically, right? You want to explore, like a bird, you want to fly, you want to explore the depth of the world, of this sea. I wanted to say sea, a sky, a sky. And healing means being up there. Healing means being yourself and flying. But you find your own spiritual animal. And it's also, I mean, it is metaphorically, but who is that person that is you? That is what you need to find out. And um, this is what we've been doing, I guess, throughout the whole 3 months. I was myself on the self-discovery and the healing journey. And you say like it's been 5 years for you, why are you still looking? Well, I say it's a big, big puzzle. A puzzle that each puzzle brings a huge piece of you that makes you even more you. And you connect with your potential. You connect with your desires and the dreams that are not just like, oh, I know I have those dreams. No. If you have dreams, it means you have the energy to actually bring it to life eventually, slowly. But for that you need to keep tracking your progress, right? We talked about it. And you need to heal your traumas, but you heal not just to heal, you heal to become you. And so throughout all these episodes, I showed you how a traumatized person like me, I know I don't look traumatized, but you have to understand that I grew up ever since 6 or 7. I was on a stage. I was training my like my entire life, not entire life, but until I was 16, from a very early age until 16, to become an actor, to become a stage person. So this is what I do. I know how to present myself, but don't confuse it. I will, put this phone I will go offline. I will go into my room. My face will change. I will be just a human. I like to give to people. That gives me pleasure and happiness. That's why I'm also smiling. But we all, even like no matter what, whoever you see on TV smiling, we're all just humans. And then we deal with stuff. So the things that I was dealing with that I was never able to do until that recent moment is to explore it, explore physically, explore emotionally, and travel on my own. Even though I traveled on my own in the past, I was not able to, do all those things that I did before. And it made me more stronger. It made me more, me more, me more who I am. And as a result, I feel happier. I feel, again, empowered, inspired. And I feel that if I can do that, if I can be out there in the forest, then I sure be okay here alone in my apartment. And I was afraid of so many things in my life. Being alone at home, panic attacks and anxieties, that would hit me. Like I was at work like long time ago in the office, and then I would get that panic attack, and I would only feel safe at home. Then I would need to run back home, and it's a nightmare. And while you are in the survival, you cannot be yourself. You cannot explore because you are afraid, because your nervous system, your body will never let you be free. It's gonna keep you safe. And I promise you, safety does not mean good always. Does not mean happiness. Safety is great. I've been choosing safety my whole life, but then I became depressed. And the reason why I mentioned about the medicine and psychology and all of that, I don't say skip pills. I don't say don't go to a psychology. It's a phase that you need to have. You need to heal. I don't know in what state you are. Let's say, again, metaphorically, a bird, right? And then a trauma. Maybe you don't have a wing anymore. Maybe it's very broken. Maybe it's an emotional trauma, but the goal is be in there, in your field, in your realm, in the sky, flying. I don't know what stage you are in. I am like, when I found myself in the depression, I was like in between. I tried pills myself. They just did not work on me. They made me feel so much worse. Maybe you say like you should have tried. Actually, now that I look back, 5 years ago, I have shivers, goosebumps. Now looking back there in the past, I think that maybe I would change that. I wanted to do it on my own. I wanted to go in depth to understand it, to study the process of getting out of clinical depression on my own without pills. But I was so depressed that being an athletic person you are, I was going to say, and you can see that in the whole series, I was laying down. Like there was a whole list of symptoms and diagnoses that suddenly fell onto me, including nerve pain, including anxieties and panic attacks, including infections every 1, 2, 3 months, antibiotics as a result, including my nerves in the body failing me. I could not walk. I could not sit for a year. I could not walk for about 3 months at all. I was laying down all the time. And I thought it's just so physical, but it was all here inside of me. Problems that originated within myself, in my psyche. How I know? Because I started healing with buying a camera, photo camera, and doing breathing exercises. I've studied this. Sorry for yelling. I'm sorry for yelling, but I'm so passionate in the angry way, a little bit. So I started this whole process from there to here, and I'm still feeling there's even more and even more space that I can explore. But let's calm down a little bit. I don't know what stage you are on. I was on the bad stage. Now that I'm thinking back, I was like, I wish I was kinder to myself. But I'm an explorer, and I guess I'm a scientist in some ways. No wonder why I'm heading towards that way. I like to experiment, and I say that was a very cruel experiment. I should not, and I will not, and I will never recommend to people being depressed as I was to climb out of there on their own. You probably need a psychiatrist, you probably need a psychologist, you probably need a therapist or yoga therapist. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you need pills. I would advise you to be gentle with yourself and let it be that way. Let doctors help you, but be mindful. They're here to treat you. At some point, there has to be a transition because they're not here to teach you how to fly again. They're not here to remind you who you are. They're not here to retrieve that information from within your psyche. They're here to heal your wounds, to make sure that metaphorically your wings are attached, that they work properly, that you are alive. This is what their goal is, but this is not the top goal. The top goal is to learn how to fly again, to be yourself again. And that is different for everybody. So in this journey, what I did, I retrieved a puzzle. I got a badge. A badge. It's like a game for me, but it's not funny. It used to be not funny. It's funny when you are like 5 years later on that journey and you are already on the stage when you are flying, when you are being yourself. I retrieved the badge of an explorer of places and my inner world. That's why it's a journey of healing, self-discovery, and travel too. So I feel like I'm buzzing with energy. I feel myself inspired and I feel myself empowered. I hope you can feel it too. And of course, I'm inviting you to watch those episodes. I know I made it look like it's fun, and it was fun for me. I mean, I was exploring, I was traveling, but what you need to know is that behind every human, there is a human, there are emotions, and there are tears, and there are like struggles. But I guess it was my way of kind of like gamifying it because I know you've been through a lot probably, but it's not about just suffering. I say that your pain is real, your emotions are real, but at some point you can transition into a different kind of healing that can be fun, self-explorative, a very satisfying journey of being yourself. And I myself like to serve you as a medium because I no matter that I'm heading towards like probably psychology not degree psychology wait license like a psychological license one day, I will never be treating people from this stage because I see that there is a missing gap and I want to be that gap. I want to know everything about the stage and I want to know everything about this stage, and I want to be a transition. So you have goals, you have ideas, you have plans, or you feel like you have them, but you cannot recall. That's where I come from. That's that's where you find me as your guide, as a medium from the world and from the place of trauma and not being able to recall who you are, who the hell you are, who the hell you are, and not being able to actually act on it. Put yourself out there into the world. And I would be happy to be a coach and to be a mentor. And you know where to find me. I'll put all the contacts in the description. But if you just want to explore, if you just want to get connected and taste the world, then go ahead and watch the series. It doesn't hurt. It's not a big commitment. I promise you, you will have fun. And I made it look fun, and I was having fun because I know how the nervous system works, and I know how your brain works, and I know that we are really suckers for some entertainment, and I like to present that to you. But please don't be fooled by this. Like, it's not just for lols, not just for having fun. It is indeed like it's not a made up. I swear it's not made up. I was going through all the transitions live. I was recording it. Actually, I started just doing it for myself, and then the idea was born to share it. And then I started with like a first series, and then I was like, okay, let's do more, and let's do more. So it is real. It is a real person, real life situations, real traumas that I was exploring, examining, and I was able to shift in this 3 months. But I had a solid ground. That's what I wanted to say, with the psychological help and with mentorship. So, I mean, right now, I'm feeling so complete. I hope you are inspired to take an action. Take an action. And I hope I understood and you, I hope you understood about the stages of healing, and that if you want to work with me, for example, I can only grab you here. All this journey, there are plenty of specialists and therapists and other amazing people that are here to heal you. And there are amazing coaches as well, business coaches, financial coaches, whatever coaches. But you need a transition. If you've been through trauma, if you've been through things, you need a transition. A person who is trauma aware, personally, professionally as well, because I've studied trauma specifically. I mean, I've been through in the university receiving my bachelor's in psychology, but also I've been for a year in the trauma, trauma foundation, something, I don't know. The book, one Body Keeps the Score, Bessel Wanderpok. I don't know if I pronounced it correctly, but I've been through that professional journey as well for a year, receiving certificates, and like I'm a trauma aware person, personally and professionally. But I'm here to serve you as a medium, so I can guide you through here, from here to here, and I'm right here. So I think this is it. I feel so bittersweet. I feel so amazing, but in a way, I know that it's like the end of the book. But I guess now that I have it in recordings, I'm going to be watching it myself, and I know that even from my own example, from observing even myself, I'll learn something too by watching it. And I invite you to do as well. This is a very good start for you in getting to know this world of healing and self-discovery, authentic self, and yeah, all of the rest. So it is bittersweet. It is a fantastic feeling of sadness and happiness and joy, like all at the same time. Again, I invite you to watch the Hawaii Lifestyle and Wisdom series. I invite you to be inspired and work with me if you need the support in transitioning from here to here, from here. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching it. I want to give it like a 10 seconds of silence. Let's look at the place. I guess I'll see you on my other journeys. Join, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and thank you so much for watching.